Hello friends, welcome to Administrative Law Lectures. I'm Marjina Sultana, an assistant professor from Interpreter Law College, Greater Noida. In this video, we will study rule of law and the Constitution. In order to develop Indian democracy, rule of law has played a great role. Rule of law was adopted from England by our constitutional fathers and many provisions were incorporated in the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is considered to be supreme and no one is above Indian Constitution. Rule of law is also given impliedly in the preamble, which is enriched with the principles of law, that is, justice, equality, and liberty. Such concept is also enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, which provides fundamental rights of the citizens. One of the great things about the rule of law is the protection of all sections of society, including rights and the interest of scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes under Article 15, 16, 17, and minorities under Article 29, 30, etc. Our Constitution has embedded within it a counter-majoritarian principle to protect us against the tyranny of majority. That means 51% of people or 70% of the people or 90% of the people cannot deprive certain inalienable rights. The right to worship under Article 25, the right to speech and the freedom of press under Article 19, 1a, freedom from self-incrimination under Article 20, Clause 3 of Article 20, the right to be informed of the grounds of arrest and to consult and be defended by a legal practitioner of one's choice under Clause 1 of Article 22, the right to be free from unreasonable search and seizures under Article 21 of the Constitution. In case of violation of such rights, one can approach Supreme Court or High Court under Article 32 and 226 of the Indian Constitution. Any law made by the central government or the state government must be complied in accordance with the Constitution of India. If any law made by the legislatures contravenes with the provisions of the Constitution, with the Part 3 of the Constitution, then such law will be declared void under Article 13, Clause 2 of the Constitution. Under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution, the Supreme Court has the power to issue writs in the nature of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. The power of judicial review is also given to Supreme Court in order to prevent any ultra-vires law so as to preserve rule of law. There are a plethora of cases where the concept of rule of law was discussed and came into light. Some of the cases are as follows. Keshavananda Bharati vs. State of Kerala. In this case, the Supreme Court enunciated the concept of rule of law as one of the most important aspects of doctrine of basic structure. ADM Jabalpur vs. Shivkant Shukla. This case is also known as habeas corpus case. It is one of the most important cases when it comes to rule of law. The question that was raised before the Honorable Court was that whether there was any rule of law in India apart from Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. It was in context of relating to the proclamation of emergency where the enforcement of Articles 14, 21 and 22 were suspended. In the case of Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India, the Supreme Court declared that Article 14 strikes against arbitrariness. Somraj versus State of Haryana. In this case, it was held that the absence of arbitrary power is the postulate of rule of law upon which the whole constitutional edifice is dependent. Union of India versus Raghuveer Singh. In this case, it was held by the court that a considerable degree that governs the lives of the people and regulates the state function flows from the decision of the superior courts. From this discussion, we can conclude that supremacy of law is the aim, rule of law is the best tool to achieve the aim. Some of the efforts are also taken by the court where the rule of law is linked with human rights of the people. Strategy is being evolved by the court by which government can be forced not only to submit to law but also to create conditions where capacities can be developed by the people so as to enjoy their rights in proper and meaningful